We're going to have a great weekend. Can't wait.
Ross is ready, guys. Here we are. We're live here in Long Beach, guys. This is the drivers' meeting that's happening here. You got all the boat racers here and teams. Everybody's present for this at all times.
Right there's fun.
So let's hear what Ross has to say for the drivers' meeting, folks.
All right, guys, that's it. Here we go. And believe me. All right, I want to welcome everybody to the 2021 ARP Long Beach Sprint Nationals, presented by Nick Rose Insurance, SoCal Jet Boats, Absolute Speed Marine, Brink Property Management, LV Construction, Racetech Pistons, A1 Heating and Air, Ron Miniger Real Estate, Frederick & Son Heating and Air. A big thank you to Innovative Pest Management, Amber Electric, Ahern Reynolds, Cito, Hot Rods and Hobbies, Gretchen's Auto of Long Beach. Give them a big round of applause. Okay, next. Before we get started, a couple things. I have the following people have not checked in, need to check in as soon as this drivers meeting is over with Jeannie. Jeannie is down. For those that are new and for those that have been here, Jeannie is down at race headquarters, the judges stand area. That is down by the SCSC trailer where many of you came today. Jeremy Clark, every Mod VP driver except for Bill James and Greg Ronkanen. Colton Woolsey, Jeremy Brown, and Lane Frederick. You need to check in with Jeannie as soon as this is over with. Do not hit the water. Do not go in your boat for practice, for testing, if you have not checked in. You will be beached for the weekend and you'll be done. So we have to take it real seriously, because if God forbid something happens and you haven't signed waivers, did anything, we're screwed. All right, let me take a breath here, because here's what's going on. We've got a lot of moving parts. This is, for those that have never been here and for those that are returning, you know that this is one of the toughest events to put on, and especially in the time of COVID. So I want to be real candid, real frank with you. You guys got to help me help you, which means everybody needs to be vigilant this weekend. If you see something going on that's not right, find one of the blue shirts, find a ramp manager, find somebody with a radio, or please stop it from happening. Ask somebody not to do that, meaning that if you see somebody riding around, cruising around in the pits that doesn't look like they need to be there because they have nothing behind it, super important. We got to keep everybody to wear the proper PPE. Drivers, next thing, PPE, life jacket, helmet, neck restraint, chin strap buckled, okay, long sleeve and pants. Everybody. If you don't have a driving suit, long sleeve and pants. I don't care what kind of pants. I don't care if it's spandex, but you need something. All right. We've got a great day and a great show, but there's a lot of things that we have to go over so that everybody knows what's happening. First and foremost, I do want to thank you all for coming out on behalf of the club. This is a great turnout. Obviously, pits are at standing room only. We have some issues where, as you all know, the problem is becoming, and I don't know how to solve it anymore, is I know that everyone wants to have an enclosed trailer or a toy hauler, and the stadium is very finite. We only have a certain amount of spaces. So I don't know what we're going to do in the future, because we want to keep growing the event, but we're kind of at capacity. So please start thinking things to help me. I don't care. We'll have to work together and figure this out. All right, your officials for the regatta are, your chief referee is Pat Whitcomb. Your starter is Brian Wilson. Brian will be in, for those that haven't raced here, he will be in the boom lift. It'll have ARP on it, and it'll be up, out over the water. You're looking for the band lift up over the water to give you your flags. It's not going to be on the ground. And it's super important when you're racing today or practicing, testing today, that you watch the flags. It's the only way we have to communicate with you. So I can't stress this enough. Be vigilant. Look, don't run on the black flag. Okay, when you're finished, when we black flag the race, when you're done, when you take the checker flag, or when you're testing, when we black flag it, you need to safely exit the course. Just like we did last time, the ramp that you go in on is the ramp you come out of. We're not you're not cross-traveling 4. We're going to try to make sure that if you were at ramp 1, and I'm not going to guarantee it, but I will do my best, I promise you, for your crew members. Here. All right, so when I call ramp 1, ramp 2, Mike Vinegar will be calling, or Ron will be calling for you. We'll say ramp 1, ramp 2. Please know where you're at. I know you guys in the corner, Dunster, and the rest of you guys in that far corner are going to have a little hard time hearing. It's not because we have a problem with the city. Years ago, the people over at Naples complained that the noise coming from our announcing was a little too much for them. So the squeaky wheel got the grease. So that's why you really got to be vigilant down there in that at the end of the pits, and you really got to listen and know what's on the water. So where you are in the lineup. Okay? If you've got to push, remember that doesn't just affect you, that affects the whole class. All right? And we're going to be banging them off today safely. If you got to push and you need time to get fixed, go find the ramp manager. The easiest way to do it is find a ramp manager. They have the radio, and they're one at either end, ramp 1 or ramp 2, and tell them, hey, I got to push. Okay? But it's also up to you, if you get it fixed, to go tell them, hey, we're back in rotation. Also, send a representative. I know you all have pretty big crews here. Send a representative, family member, whatever, to talk to the other boats. You kind of all are together in your classes. Talk to the other boats, let them know that, and I'm going to be making the announcement, hey, this class is going to push. I'm trying not to. I'd like to stay to the schedule, but I also want you guys came out here to race, and I want to give you every opportunity to race. With practice, with testing. I expect you to be at the ramp, ready to go. On the ramp managers will let the prescribed amount of boats on the water at a time. Don't go out and make 100 laps. Okay? Go out, make your laps, come back in. If you need to change something and you need to go back out, you'll probably have approximately 15 minutes of test before we're moving on. Now, if something happens and you break and you need test time to find out, I'm going to probably be able to give you a lap or two, but we're going to have to squeeze it in somewhere.
Make sure you guys share this channel. We are live here for the drivers meeting.
So with that happening,
I'd appreciate it if you guys share so everybody knows that the drivers meeting is live.
Be ready to go. If they say yeah, tower says yes, then get to the ramp when they tell you to and be ready to go. Everything today is about being ready to go. That's why I want you crew members, the guys that are driving the boat here, because it's up to you to get that boat where it needs to be when we announce it. It's super important that you're listening to and you're paying attention to the announcement. And know you guys are knowing what's on the course, what's racing, what you follow. All right? This is the show, as you all know, just like Burley was. We have a paid gate, just like Burley, for those that went. And they are, let me tell you, my phone has been blowing up. That's how I know it's going to be. People are rabid to see you guys race today and tomorrow. So I promise you, give them a show. We can continue doing this, growing this race and growing the sport. And I'll keep fighting the fight that I got to fight with the cities to make these things happen. I promise you. But when you go out, you're going to go out. You're going to make a warm-up lap. When you come around in front of the crowd on both sides, line up, give them a wave. The next time by, you're looking for the flag. Okay? You're going to go out, make a warm-up lap. Your parade lap is the next one. And when you come by the next time, you're ready to go. So when you go out, you're going to make one lap. The next time by, we're racing. If we have to, we'll send you by only one more time. After that, we're going to call charging. Charging the start is good for a one-lap penalty. Don't do it. Except for the outboards. You know your rules. Stock outboards, you know your rules. Okay? But charging the start means and you can have this from the outside position. I want to be very clear about this. If you come around in the outside position and everybody's keying up on you, because that's where everybody keys up on a flag start, is on the outside boat. I promise you all, if you've never done this, you have to trust us to know that when you go into that turn 2, you inside boats go in that turn last. It's like running on track. The inside boat's going last, the outside boat's going first. You're keying up on that outside boat. Your job is the outside boat, unless you're a rookie. If you're a rookie, you come on the outside and fall back. The next boat, whoever it is, whoever we're keying up on, is going to take you up to the start, and you're not idling, but you're not full throttle. You're right there in the middle, and the starter's looking for you, okay? You're bringing it up on speed, everybody's lined up, starter likes what he sees, green flag. Don't start yourselves. I'll say it again, don't start yourselves, meaning that you didn't look at the flag, you just assumed and you went. Don't do it. Don't do it, okay? Because we'll have to end up shooting the flare at you, and I don't want to do that, all right? We need to watch what's going on, be very vigilant about the flags, and watch what's going on. We're going to run for crackers. We're only running 5 in the final today, okay? We're only taking 5 to the final. So your qualifying heats are going to be 2, 2, and 1 crackers. SEs you're fine to run 6. GPS 100 you're fine to run 6. But crackers, and I think unblown flats we only have 4, so we're fine. Okay? Crackers, you're running 5 in the main. That means 5 will sit. Everyone's going to get 2.
How's the quality, you guys? Let me know in the chat.
So don't think that you're not going to get a chance. Your 2 heats in. All right. Listen to the ramp managers. If you have not been inspected, inboards, any inboard boats, and mod VPs have got to be inspected before going into the water. So if you came late and Dave Rankin hasn't seen you, it's your job to see him and say, hey, could you come by my pit and inspect me? If he gave you items to get fixed before you get the water today, make sure they're fixed. Don't just ignore and say, oh, I'll just deal with it later. I know there's a bunch of you that after this race, you guys got to get helmets that are in certification date, okay? This will be the last time. But again, PPE, super important. If we find pictures that we've had in the past, and Mark McLaughlin will let me know, if I see people that out there racing that do not have their chin strap latched, their neck restraints done, I don't care what kind of neck restraint you have, whether it's a D-ring, the neck airbag, Hans, Liat, anything, the lifeline, it just has to be working. It has to be, it does you no good if it's not done correct, if it's not set up correctly. Life jacket, buttoned up, ready to go. Kill switch in, everybody ready. That's how it has to be. Don't come up and ask me about scoring, all right? I'm not a scorer. I'm your race director and the promoter for SCSC, but I'm not a scorer. So, and we have 7 different scoring methods, which has got to change. So I don't know how particularly your class is getting scored. You come up, you ask the driver's rep. You all should have gotten a driver's meeting package. You know who your driver's rep is. If you don't know, I'll tell you right now. John Grijalva will be the unblown flat driver's rep. Cracker Box will be Dave Laws. Shave Connolly, well, he's not here, so GM, we're going to do Darren Susanian, will be the GM driver's rep. SE, Mike Brzezinski. Ron Lund, Comp Jets. Juniors and Sportsman A will be Andy Jones. Mike Stock with the K's, GPS 100 C Leonard Frederick, and Tom Bandy in Mod VP Classic. Those are the people that you go see. You should know who they are in your class. You go see them, and you go tell them what's going on, and they'll call the judges stand if you have a question about scoring, or if you've got a question about violations. Let me tell you about violations. Violations are subjective, okay? Lane infractions are subjective. We'll have turn judges. They're going to call things in. If you know what your rules are, you know what overlap is, you know what bearing away is. Here, more so than any other place we run, really important that you take care and really watch yourself going through the turns and down the straightaway, and know what your overlap rules are. When you're it's your job when you're racing to overlap, to take over the position of your boat that you're passing cleanly. Race hard, race safe. I have yellow buoys out there on both sides. They're on both sides of the stadium. Those are out of bounds markers. Once again, I understand that you may be pushed wide. That's why we're not going to give you a penalty if you violate the yellow line. But if I see you running past the yellow line down the complete straightaway, yes, you're going to get a penalty. Because you have to be able to, you should be able to kiss the white line, go past it, and then go right back into position. Thank you, Dave. So again, safety, safety, safety. All right? You don't want to get tangled up in the nets of any of this stuff. So please, when you're coming around the corner, come in, and when you leave, go back out. Be mindful of boats coming onto the course. Odds are, if you're coming out from ramp 1, ramp 2 sitting here, they'll already be on the water, because the way I'd like to do it is, as one is coming in, the other one's already on the water, and we're moving. That's how we were going to run it, like we tried to do in Berwick. All right. Talked about it. We talked about alcohol. I'll make the announcement. You're free to move about the cabin, but I'm going to tell you all right now. At the end of the day today, when I make that announcement, that is your red Solo cup if you're going to drink. Okay? That is not the, hey, I'm going to crack a beer and have a great time, or I'm going to make a drink. Yeah, we're in a clear, cup, so people can see what's in there. Okay? Something, just put it in a Solo cup. That's all I care about, because the PD really is behind us, and they want to help us out. But you can't deny when you walk around the pits, and it's really not just you. It's not mainly you guys that I'm dealing with. It's your crew members and family members that start doing it, and they always act. They give me the same blank look, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know." Please, it's your job as running your crew. The drivers, the owners are responsible for the crew members and the actions of the crew members. Please put it in a red cup. You think I'm spending a lot of time on this because you don't know how important that really is. Young children, I can't have them in the razors or anything else cruising around. Okay, once the race day starts, it's walking around the pits. These pits are too impacted. Okay, I don't want anybody cruising. I don't want the kids, especially because they're hard to see. And when you guys are throwing boats, the last thing you need, spotters. Listen up, everybody who's driving a boat. When you're backing that boat up, one of your crew member better be behind you, making sure it's safe to back up on either ramp. That's your job. All right? All right, we're moving on. We're almost done with this. All right, you'll stay after, and you'll draw for lanes. Everybody but the juniors and the sportsman A. Your clock is ready to go, junior and sportsman A. All right, you'll be running a 3-minute clock. Scoring up for your stock outboard. Your score up will be the exit buoy. The exit buoy. So in other words, once you come around the exit buoy at turn 2 and you're coming up to the start, you will hold your positions through the start. Your overlap begins once the race starts, for outboards only, for the stock outboards. All right.
How's the audio, you guys? Let me know.
Whether it's a 1 lap or a time penalty. But you're the only ones running a clock this weekend. LCQs, make sure you know if you're in an LCQ. And again, we're going to take 6 to the main for SEs, and 5 for crackers, and 6 for GPS 100. Rookies, how many rookies? How many never raced here before? Great, this is great. Okay, rookies, white cross on your helmet. White cross on your helmet. I've got to be able to identify you. And if you've raced before, like McKee Brothers, you've raced before, you don't have to be on the outside boats. Okay? Only if you've never raced, period. If you're a rookie and you raced at Burley or Bakersfield and we cleared you to race, then you're in whatever lane you draw. If you've never raced before, let whoever's pulling when you pull your when you're pulling for lane draw, let them know so they pull your boat out of the mix and you're starting on the outside. And your job is the following: you are to start on the outside, a little back from the field, not like maybe a boat length at the most, so that we can identify you. Race, and then come see us at the judges stand. See myself or Pat Whitcomb. You can't miss Pat. He's got a big thing on his ear. He just had major surgery. So you can see me or Pat. Okay? And we'll tell you how you're doing. We'll tell you where we want you. And if we like everything, you may be cleared by tomorrow to run in your position that you draw. But don't start the race directly lined up with everybody else if you've never raced before. Stay on the outside and back and then come see us. And it's your job to come see us. It's not our job to remind you to come see us. All right, we'll do trophies here tomorrow, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. I've got 3 dumpsters and 3 porta potties in the pits. These are yours. Take care of them. If there's a problem, tell the ramp manager to call me, and I will get somebody down. The dumpsters are by the light poles. Sunday night, if they are full, and what I mean by that is they can only be up to the top level. I have to be able to close them. We have a seagull problem here, and those seagulls are the worst creatures that have ever walked the face of the earth. And what they will do after you guys are all gone is they will start ripping bags apart and spreading the trash back everywhere that you guys have nice and neatly put away. That's why they have to be in those trash dumpsters. Oil. To change an oil products. Doesn't mean to make an oil slick in the porta potties. Can't do it. That's a hazmat fine, $10,000. Don't do it. Take the oil, make sure you take it with you. Always, all crew members, when you're fueling, all drivers, crew members know this, have your extinguisher at the ready. Out, at the ready when you're fueling. My people are going to be walking through. If we suspect anybody of drinking, I have a breathalyzer. Remember, your crew member can get you bounced. Don't let them do it. Smoking. I told you, if your crew member's underneath the tent, in your pit area proper, and that means not in the fire lane, smoking, you could be thrown for that. So please, don't mess around with that. Follow my instructions. We will never have a problem, and I can keep the entry fees low, and we can come back and race. All right? Let's go with roll call. I'll do the schedule, and we're ready to go racing. Or let her go practice. We're ready to go to practice. All right, here we go, testing. GPS 100. Everybody answer with their boat number, except for Crackers. Answer with your rider and your boat number. All right, Corey Ferguson. Thank you. Pete Valander. Dale Baker. Preston Alexis. Jeff Wooten. Jeff McLaughlin. Don Dunster. Tanner Kelm. Jasper McDonald. 155. Thank you. All right, Mod VP, Greg Ronkanen. 128. Bill James. 11. And Johnny Suarez. Thank you. Mod VP Ski, Brian Yater. Brian, did you make an announcement? 9:15? Okay. Todd Kelm. 777. Kyle Lankin. Corey Ferguson. Thank you. And Mod VP Ski, since none of you have ever raced with me, stay after. I'm going to give you a quick, just what we expect. Comp Jets. Vance Lund. Bob Fry. Did he answer? Thank you. Todd Kelm. Thank you. Sportsman A Hydro, Luke Hooker. Casey Jones. Andy Jones. Cassidy Jones. Jared McKee. Jake McKee. Scott Stump. Thank you. All right. Classic Endurance, David DeCruz. Mitchell Mosby. Bob Fry. Jason Davison. Steve Davis. Awesome. Great. Unblown flat, Corey Ferguson. Timmy Hoffman. Jeff Wooten. Charlie Hamill. Jeff McLaughlin. All right. Cracker Box, Gary Sornborger. Okay, Ron Haskin.
P50 Mason.
Thank you. Mike Leach. Thank you. Andrew Gaines. Tony Lombardo. Thank you. David Laws. Richard Rucky. Jeff Worthen. Thank you. There's one more. Two more. John Brown. And Glenn Madden. Thank you very much. All right. SE, Carly Hearn. 719, or I'm sorry, Casey Hoffman. Thank you. Joe Catanzarite. Sean Davison. Lane Frederick. Thank you. Mike Brzezinski. Jamie Tavares. David Shaw. K-Racing Runabout, Jay Hart. Charlie Hamill. Jeff Daly. Jay Hydro, Luke Hooker. Jarrett McKee. Jake McKee. Peyton Stump. Grand National, Cole Noble. Eric Sperry. Kenny Spring. James Stevens. Heath Hebert. Kaylee Hebert. Chris Hollis. Andrew Barker. Did I miss anybody? Fantastic. All right, let's go to the schedule. Everyone should have gotten a schedule. It's printed. If you don't have one, come to the judges' stand and get a copy of one. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes, we can swap them. Okay, no problem. So what the only schedule change right now is we're going to, during testing, after the flat bottoms will be the crackers and then the Ks. That's it. We're just swapping crackers and Ks. Crackers will be before the Ks due to a driver request. Otherwise, the schedule is as printed. All right, before we get done, go ahead, Corey. Any questions before we're almost finished?
Unblown and Mod VP are back to back.
Unblown and Mod VP, both times? No, it looks like just, where, Mod VP ski, where are you? Unblown there. Okay, so it's only in the first one. Let's put Mod VP ski after the SEs. Okay? That'll give you 2 heats. All right, so Mod, everyone, that is the only change as far as the racing portion of it. Is that Mod VP ski will go after the SEs. That's going to move, and these two will swap. All right, anybody else? Okay, yes.
You want to talk to launch from here?
It's probably easier.
Yeah, I would like everybody to launch from here.
Okay, so stock outboards. Scales are right here at the pit,
We need to launch from
and
here.
we're going to launch from right here.
Yep.
Everybody understand? All right, we're going to launch and retrieve from here. Greg Ronkanen.
You're good, huh?
Yeah, I've already. They're going to get tested. Okay. I've already said that. We will have it. We'll have it up after the Grand Nationals. Okay. But it's. I will tell you, it's very limited. In and out. Not till tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we'll do it because tomorrow's the national championships. That's when we'll do it. If you want your sponsors announced, see Ron or Mike. Okay. Otherwise, we're going off of what we have in the program because that's what you sent us. But you have new sponsors. All right. Before we finish up, I want to do a moment of silence Bob Patterson passed away. This is the Bob Patterson Memorial Award. We're gonna do something, and in memory of Bob, who was a legend in the sport and helped to grow the Cracker class and so many other classes, and was responsible for him and his brother. We miss him dearly, and we're thinking of him and his family and everybody that has come before, everybody else that is in race eternal. So we'd like to do a moment of silence. Okay, everybody, we got a couple final remarks. We do have t-shirts here. It's down at the SCSC vendor. I promise you they're going to sell out. So if you want them, get them before they're gone. Does anybody have any questions on the racing? Anybody? Okay. We have anything? Go ahead. Jeff? Oh, SURFRAT.tv, live stream going on. He's going to come around and do mobile interviews. Also, Nick Rose. Where are you, Nick? Are you here? Anyway, Nick Rose and Jeff Barris have put together another drone-approved live stream too. We'll be making the announcement, so you guys are getting double the coverage today. Give them both a big round of applause, because that's a huge thing. The press is coming out. I've already got calls from Long Beach Press Telegram, Gazette, and I think the Register are going to be here as well. So we got a lot of press coming for this. Let's, again, act professional. No expletives, no screaming at each other, please. Other than that, yes. I've already told them. I've already announced it. You're launching and recovering on the ramp that you go out on. That's it. Listen, yes. Okay, absolutely. Todd, you want to announce it? Oh, okay. All right. Anybody else have anything? All right, go see who's doing draw. Lauren or Lawan? Come around here, one class at a time. Don't leave until you draw for lanes. Then you can fire motors, but listen for announcements, okay? Everyone, have a safe day of racing. Shiny side up. Yes.
All right, we got John Hart here, guys. He's getting ready to race. How you feeling today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You know, just excited to be out here in Long Beach, you know, looking to go out and have some fun and see what we can do, you know.
Well, you're always one of my favorites to watch. You know that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you race out there. Are you doing two classes, one class today?
Nope, just the K today. So
just the K class.
Yep. So looking to go out. And hopefully we can keep pace with Duff and, you know, maybe get lucky. You never know. We'll see if the K-Boat gods are on our side this weekend.
See how the cars get dealt, huh?
That's it.
All right, good luck to you, John. Thanks for the interview.
When everybody needed help.
No.
Real quick.
The one that was
we gave that award to Dave Rankin. And we give this trophy away every year to somebody that is a person that is dedicated to do this. So a lot of you guys went in early, but this is a trophy we get to give away. And Dave Rankin, where's that stuff there at? There he is right here. Dave Rankin.